Hey guys, um, so I got your plans popped up here for Thursday. What I'd like you to go through is we're gonna our new standard describes one of our new standards. Describe the location and characteristics of the three regions of North Dakota. Today I'm gonna take you through. I'm gonna show you and go through a PowerPoint with you about the three regions of North Dakota. Um, and then I'm going to show you some worksheets that you will be doing in class. Now, I'm going to put them on eBackpack. I prefer you hand them in under eBackpack, but if you're having trouble and you do need to print them off, please let your sub know or wait to print them off later. Please be courteous and respectful during class if you do need to print them off. First, again, I would like you to turn them in under eBackpack. If you're struggling with that, please let your sub know, and I will leave some printouts for you. All right, let's get started. So, our very first unit under North Dakota talks about the three regions of North Dakota. North Dakota has three regions: the Red River Valley, the Drift Prairie, and the Missouri Plateau. You've probably heard of the Red River Valley, but the Drift Prairie and the Missouri Plateau are actually both much bigger than the area that's considered the Red River Valley. The Red River Valley, flat as a pancake. The Red River Valley consists of towns in far eastern North Dakota. So, if I look at my map, here, you can see that the Red River Valley is Fargo, Wahpeton, Grand Forks, all the way up to right in this corner. You have the city of Pembina. But the Red River Valley is the smallest of the three North Dakota regions, as you can see. It's narrower on the southern side, and it's wider as we go north. So if we drew hypothetically a straight line down from the northern tier of the Red River Valley, you'd almost hit Oaks. So when we look at it, it's kind of that long, skinny area right here on this side too, bordered by the Red River in Minnesota. So if we go back to our slideshow, the Red River Valley is flat. The Red River Valley is flat for many reasons. We will talk about some of them later on, but one of the biggest reasons is the Red River Valley used to be part of a giant lake bed called Lake Agassiz. Lake Agassiz is an ancient lake that was around during the Ice Age. It was bigger than all our Great Lakes combined. And if you would like to look further into our website, which I'll show you in a second, you will find pictures of Lake Agassiz. The Red River Valley is the most popular region. The question here, what major cities lie in the region, which I've already answered: Grand Forks, Fargo, Wahpeton, and if you go to the Minnesota side, Moorhead, Breckenridge, and East Grand Forks. And what makes people want to live in the Red River Valley? Well, I think the biggest reason, and the biggest reason you'll find, is first and foremost, if you go back 100, 150 years, it was great farmland. And a lot of the history of North Dakota comes through Minnesota because of that push for farmland in the Red River Valley. The Red River Valley, it talks about flooding in the other Red River. What are some of the major landmarks here? So don't worry about the C map and use phone. That's actually from last year. But the Red River Valley has had some major floods from the Red River, being it is so flat. If you want to research YouTube North Dakota flood of 97, and you'll be able to see plenty of pictures of the city of Grand Forks. The city of Grand Forks, if you've ever been there, is a completely different city than it was 20 years ago. During the winter, spring of 1997, the downtown area of Grand Forks and some of the outlying areas literally was wiped off the map because of the major flooding of the Red River. Fargo, Wahpeton, and some of the other cities were also flooded, but it hit it hardest at Grand Forks. So if I go back, there's just a picture here. I think, I'm not sure if the video will pop up for you guys, but this is just an image from the city of Grand Forks. You can see major fire here, and then right here is just pure water in the street. Like I said, go ahead and YouTube floods of 97. You can find all kinds of pictures of it. Okay, so the next region of North Dakota, the Drift Prairie, and you can see the Drift Prairie here. Oaks is approximately right here. So Oaks is approximately right here because here's the James River. We live in the Drift Prairie. The Drift Prairie is almost a transition area between the Red River Valley and the hills of the Missouri Plateau. Our area is very much characterized by some of the rivers and lakes. You can see here in the Drift Prairie, you have Devil's Lake. Devil's Lake is the largest natural lake in North Dakota. Maybe some of you aspiring fishermen have already been to Devil's Lake, but by far in the upper Midwest, Devil's Lake is one of our best fishing lakes. You can see here you have the James River. Up here you have the Souris, which runs around Minot. The James, the James. If you look out the window to the west, you can almost see the James River from our window at the school. You can also see right here we have the Cheyenne River. The Cheyenne, if you've ever been to Lisbon, the Cheyenne River runs right through Lisbon. So some of the subregions, as it talks right here, and some of the features of the region, the lakes and rivers, obviously. You have up here the Turtle Mountains, and you can see on both sides of the Drift Prairie, right here you have the Missouri Escarpment, and right here you have the Pembina Escarpment. The word escarpment means a sharp rise in elevation. I'll challenge you within, our study of North Dakota history to notice, if you ever drive to Bismarck, you can really see the Missouri Escarpment rising as you get closer to Bismarck. We will go there this spring, but if you do go there sooner, notice that as you drive the interstate. It's a sharp rise in elevation. I notice it every single time I go to Bismarck. You can really see that Missouri Escarpment. The Pembina Escarpment, not so much. It's more of a gentle transition. But the Missouri Escarpment, you can definitely see. So really, when looking at the border between the Drift Prairie and the Red River Valley, it's the Pembina Escarpment. And then what causes this region to be so rocky? It's something we will talk about in class, but we were hit during the Ice Age by many glaciers, the biggest of which was called the Wisconsinian Glacier. And the Wisconsinian Glacier rolled through North Dakota. It was almost like a bulldozer. And what it did is it brought and carried rocks from many, many different areas and set them basically in the Drift Prairie. The Drift Prairie is also known as the Prairie Pothole. And the Prairie Pothole region was made by this Wisconsinian glacier. If you can imagine the bottom of the glacier, it's not smooth. It has different rises and falls, and it's going to cut into that land, and that extra pressure is going to create all these potholes. The last thing on here, what forms the border between the Drift Prairie and the Missouri Escarpment? What forms the border between the Drift Prairie and the Missouri Plateau? It's the Missouri Escarpment. Again, this is your big, sharp rise in land. And like I said, if you go to Bismarck, you'll really see it. Somewhere around the The Steele area, if you know, if you've ever noticed the sign, Steele is the town on our interstate on I-94 that it has the fancy coffee shop right on the interstate. Just west of Steele, you can really see that Missouri escarpment. So if, like I said, if you go to Bismarck, please notice that. The drift prairie here, I'll go back here. The drift prairie here, like it says, sometimes it's known as the goose and duck capital of the world. And it's known that way because we are in a flyway. We're in the central flyway. The central flyway is probably the most populated with migrators throughout the fall and the spring. Coming up here shortly, at the I'm not sure exactly when it starts, but you will have your spring snow goose season open. And as the weather gets a little bit warmer into March and April, you'll notice thousands of snow geese rolling through the Oaks area. We've talked about the major landmarks in the region, and we've talked about the nickname, the Prairie Pothole. So the Missouri Plateau, I love this picture right here. This is a really cool picture of an area in the Badlands. This is the Little Missouri River, which is located in far western North Dakota. Maybe some of you have been there. Like I told my 7th graders earlier, one of my bucket list items is to actually go to this area and hunt mule deer on some public land with my bow. Very beautiful area if you've never been there. You'll find the Missouri Plateau in areas such as like Medora. So if you've ever been to Medora, you've been smack dab in the Missouri Plateau. The Missouri Plateau is our largest region in North Dakota. If you go back to the map, you can kind of see that right in here. It is definitely our largest region. So it talks about subregions and major landforms in this area. You can see it has many rivers. And it has right here, if you'll notice, something called White Butte. And what White Butte is, it's the highest point in North Dakota. It's approximately, I think, 3,200 feet high. You might want to look that up and confirm it. That's just off the top of my head. You have rivers such as the Missouri River right here. You can't really see it on this map, but in this area you have one of the largest earthen dams in the world, Garrison Dam, which makes one of the biggest lakes in the upper Midwest, Lake Sakakawea on the Missouri River. If you've never been there, it's a cool experience. I recommend you go. It also talks about the Killdeer Mountains, the Knife River, and also the Cannonball and the Heart. The Heart River runs right through the city of Mandan. If you see the Killdeer Mountains, it's a very cool area also. One interesting fact about the Missouri Plateau is, especially in far southwestern North Dakota, our hilliest region right here in the Badlands was actually not touched by our last glacier. It was one of the largest, or one of the main reasons it looks the way it does. It was not smoothed out by our last glacier. The highest point in North Dakota, like I said, White Butte, and one major landform is the Missouri River. Again, you can kind of see the Badlands here in the background. A lot of these clips are from videos, so go, for each clip, go ahead and YouTube a video. I know this clip was from a flying tour of the Missouri Plateau. Go ahead, YouTube it while you're watching the video. Take your time. That brings us to the end of the 3 regions of North Dakota. It's very important that you know these 3 regions. You become familiar with these 3 regions and what they have to offer. Please notice when you're doing your maps the major cities of these regions. We said the cities in the Red River Valley, but notice the major cities of the Drift Prairie and the Missouri Plateau also. So the next thing that I want you to do is, there's a map that I have for you, that I'll have for you. It'll look very similar. I'll see if I can pop it up here. Just be patient here. The next thing, let's see. So if I go to this, right here, you're going to have just some of the activities you'll be doing for the map. I'm going to go back here if I can, and I'm also going to show you. There. I'm also going to show you the North Dakota Studies website. Oh wait, my internet's kind of slow. It's a very easy website to find. So what you want to do on your computer is just type, what I always do is I always type ndstudies.org right here. Oh, it's apparently moving. So what you'll want to try is ndstudies here, /GR8. Okay. It just brought me to Google, and it's the first thing that pops up on Google. So it's going to bring you to this site. And this site right here is just our online curriculum. It's free to use for me, and it has a lot of great resources. It won't be our only resource, but we will use it quite a bit. So you have different ways to navigate it. I'm going to show you where you need to navigate for this video and what you need to do. So after you're done going through the slideshow, please go to, oh, I went to the wrong spot. Please go to your navigation bar up here. Pull up Unit 1, okay? Pull up Unit 2. Go to Changing Landscapes in 3 Regions of North Dakota, okay? I'm going to click on Section 1, 3 Regions of North Dakota. Be patient with the internet. Well, it's not going to work for me. Try it again here. Anyway, I won't, oh, there we go. Oh, it'll start over for me. We'll try it one more time. There it goes. So what I'd like you to do is just buzz through this. It's going to give you further information, especially about specific elevations. You also have some interactive pictures. You can click on, say, here, read about the drift prairie and so on and so forth, and it just gives you some general information on the drift prairie. So that's how you would find this site. You have a whole bunch of tools. If you do want to explore, if you have time, go for it. I'm going to click on the arrows, and the arrows are really going to bring us to some of our activities. Anyway, so what I'd like you to do again is buzz through this reading right here. And once you're done with this reading, what you can do is I will have a map for you. Let's see if we can quick search that map. I think it's right here. And if we go to teacher resources, let me see. See if I can find it here. Oh, I think I clicked on the wrong thing. If I go to teacher resources, state symbols. No, not state symbols. Just be patient and we'll find it. There we go. So I'll have some of these maps for you, except for they'll be blank, and you'll have some instructions for it. Please explore the website. You saw in what I showed you, the North Dakota Lakes and Rivers site. that you already had the lakes and the rivers labeled, please just transfer it to another map. As of right here, I will have all that on eBackpack. When you look at eBackpack, you're going to see it as, I will go here. I'm going to act like, let's see, I'll act like Allie. I'll act like Lexi since she's the one that popped up. So I go here, and you're going to see it on your calendar as February 1st plans. So please go under there when you go to it. I know your substitute teacher will tell you where to go, and please listen to that too. So it would be under February 1st. I'm going to put it there. I will open it up on Thursday morning. So again, have fun. Be good to your sub. If you have any questions, please email me. I should be able to respond some of the day. I may not be able to respond in the afternoon, though. So if you have any questions, it may have to wait till Monday. Again, your site, as I stated earlier, is your ND Studies. So you go ND Studies right here and go to /GR8. Like I said, I just do a Google search. And when it pops up, go to the navigation bar. You're on Unit 2, Changing Landscapes, 3 regions of North Dakota. Click on Section 1, and it's going to show you what I want. I will post the map as the work for you to do. Once you're done watching the slideshow and reading this, please do the maps that are posted for you. And have a great day. I will see you on Monday.